Boris Johnson has apologised to COVID victims at an inquiry investigating the British government's handling of the pandemic. The former UK Prime Minister has acknowledged his government vastly underestimated the scale of the crisis.
You're going to apologise to the bereaved families, Mr Johnson?
A pivotal moment for this former Prime Minister. Boris Johnson arriving at the COVID inquiry before dawn, perhaps to prepare or rather avoid the families of those who died.
The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Here to give his account of his role in a once-in-a-century crisis, beginning with an apology Johnson almost instantly derailed.
Can I just say how glad I am to be at this inquiry, and how sorry I am for the pain and the loss and the suffering
sit down.
of
please stop.
COVID victims.
Please sit down. Please sit down, or I'm afraid you'll have to leave the hearing room.
4 protesters ejected from the inquiry, leaving Casey Hugo Keith to ask the questions families want answered.
Do you accept that overall the government decision-making, not the pandemic, but the government decision-making in response, led materially to there being a greater number of excess deaths?
I can't give you the answer to that question. I'm not sure.
Johnson didn't want to say whether his decisions added to the death toll, but he did admit his government did not take the threat posed by COVID seriously enough.
I think that it would certainly be fair to say of me, the entire Whitehall establishment, scientific community included, our advisors included, that we underestimated the scale and the pace of the challenge.
Part of that failure down to him. Boris Johnson missing 5 emergency COBRA meetings in early 2020, sending his health secretary instead. Evidence presented too that the PM didn't take warning signs from scientists seriously enough, be that over the speed of transmission or COVID's deadliness.
If we had collectively stopped to think about the mathematical implications of some of the forecasts that were being made, and we believed them, we might have operated differently.
You want to apologise to these families, Mr Johnson?
Have you learned anything, Mr Johnson?
A swift exit for the former PM, certainly not leaving today's questioning unscathed.